Alright, now we're going to take a look at the some more deep recursion. Alright, so let's suppose that that for some reason the culture that we live in doesn't like the letter Z, but it keeps appearing in lists, and so they wanted us to write a function called sensor that would automatically replace any instance of Z with the exclamation point. Alright, so sensor A, B, Z would give you the list A, B, exclamation point. Alright, but this has to be able to do everything. It's a very thorough function. Alright, so A, B, 1, 2, Z, 8, Z, B will give us, that with everything, all the Z's replaced with exclamation points as such. Alright, now this is it's fairly simple recursion. It's different than our last deep recursion because we actually have to reconstruct the list as we go. Alright, so let's see that so it is going to be sort of a cons thing, since we'll be constructing the list as we go along. We'll be using cons a lot. So if it's let's just make sort of sensor right now, let's just make it so it constructs the list, reconstructs it, so you can see how to do that. Define sensor. This isn't the real sensor function. Lambda ls cond null ls, just put an empty list in, and then else cons. Oh no, you can't do that. We're going to have to search through all these little items here, so let's pretend like we're doing that. Let's see then, when we encounter a list, let's say in a car, like AA, then we have to go and run a sensor on this too, so we can reconstruct that. So let's see, list car of ls, then well, cons the sensor of the car of ls onto the sensor the CUDA ls. Alright, and otherwise, if it's just a plain old item, we can cons that onto the sensor of the CUDA of ls. But of course, we want to check and see. We might as well just make the real sensor function now. We might as well check and see if it's the letter Z. So let's see, equal car of ls Z. Then we can go ahead and cons. Well, actually, let me show you how to do this in a bit of a slicker way. Alright, so else means that it's a car. That the car of ls is something. I mean, it's not a list. Okay, so else. So we know we're going to have to cons something. But let's check right here and see if it is Z. So if equal car ls Z, then we're going to go ahead and replace it with that. Otherwise, we can just give it the car of ls. Okay, so this if statement is either giving us, is either going to return the exclamation point, or it's going to return the car of ls if it's not Z. Okay, so do you understand that? I'm consing this if statement, or the result of this if statement, and I'm going to cons it into the sensor of the CUDA of ls. Now I could have written this in two separate cons statements here, but I just wanted to show you that you can just pretty niftily just insert this if statement, and then have it return your car or your exclamation point to replace it with. Okay, now let's run this. Oh, there we go. Run. Sensor A, B, Z. There we go. Sensor A, B, Z, 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 1, 2, Z. Oh, and there we have it. It went and did look inside the list and replaced all the Z's. Alright, that's good. Now let's move on quickly to another function here. I've got to remember what it was. Oh yes, so let's do reverse star. Okay, so you remember your reverse function that you just programmed, we just programmed in a couple of videos ago. It didn't do deep reverse. Wait a minute. No, we'll just save that for the next video perhaps.